Good. Now, good to see you. Welcome back. We're talking about perpendicular lines. And for instance, they can ask, well, find the gradient of the line perpendicular to y equals 1.5 x plus 1. Now, we have seen the relationship between the gradients and perpendicular lines, where we said that lines are perpendicular if the gradient of one line is the negative reciprocal of the other one. Okay, so have a look at the previous video if you have no idea what I'm talking about now. Sorry. Let me write the line down now, y equals 1.5 x plus 1. So I have to take the reciprocal of its gradient, but this is a mixed number. So I had to turn that fraction around and to find the reciprocal. It is a very useful idea to turn that into a top-heavy fraction first. 1.5. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1, so there's 3 over 2 x plus 1. Now that one is going to be perpendicular to a line which has a gradient of minus negative, and then the reciprocal 2 over 3 x plus or minus whatever. Yeah, the y-intercept doesn't matter. But the gradient is the negative reciprocal. Yeah? Find the gradient of the line, so minus 2 over 3. That's the answer. Now I just want to make sure if that is all fine, because why do I have to take the negative reciprocal? Are we sure? Now, what did I do? I've prepared this for you. I drew the line 1.5 x plus 1. Yeah? So where the y-intercept is 1, as you can see, and if you go one step to the right, the gradient is 1.5. 1.5. You see that? But perhaps better to see is 2 steps to the right, then you should go up 3. 1, 2, 3, as we do. Okay, so that is that line. And then this is a line perpendicular to it. Yeah? Just one of the lines perpendicular, because you have an infinite amount of lines perpendicular. Yeah? Okay, so we're talking about the gradient, and as you know, the gradient of parallel lines are the same. So all these lines have the same gradient. Okay, now what is the gradient of that line perpendicular to the line I just drew? Now let's find out. So if I go one step to the right, I'm going, an X amount of steps down. It's difficult to see. 2 steps to the right, 1 and a bit, still difficult to see. Now 3 steps to the right, I'm going 2 down. Yeah. And in my previous videos, how do we calculate the gradient? I explained in one of my previous videos, we find the difference in the y direction divided by the difference in the x direction. So minus 2 over 3, the line goes down. So the gradient of this line indeed is minus 2 over 3. Back to the question, because do we have to draw it every time? No, absolutely not. I was just checking whether my teacher was telling the truth or not. Yeah, we take the negative reciprocal to find a line perpendicular to my line. Now, if I have a mixed number as a gradient, turn that into a top-heavy fraction first, then you take the negative reciprocal, and this line will be perpendicular to that line. Okay, have a look at the next video to find a typical question involving perpendicular lines and coordinate geometry. Good luck.